It's time to hit the open road with George Hook and Brent Pope in Sonoma County, California.
Wow, this is the life, George. Sun on our faces, the top down on a convertible, vineyards either side of us. What do you want to do?
Drink some wine, Popey.
All right by me.
I decided to take Popey to Sonoma rather than the better-known Napa Valley. Sonoma's more interesting and laid back. But because we're driving, it's more spitting than swallowing. Our first stop is Ravenswood, home of the No Wimpy wine.
It's an 06 vintage. What I do is I suck some air in over the wine, blow the air, not the wine, through my nose.
Do it.
You're supposed to take in air through your mouth.
Like Gerald Ford, former president of the USA, I can't take air in and blow at the same time. That one may not have been to our liking, but luckily at Ravenswood, they'll show you how to blend your own wine.
A backbone to it. Add a little bit of this, and why don't you pour it to right about where my finger is. You're going to have the perfect blend.
Right. Well, I've just invented and blended my own wine. It's pretty good. George, what are you going to call yours?
Mine isn't for sniffing or snorting or spitting. Mine is for drinking. This is a man's drink. Hook's Hooch.
It's nice.
Sort of old rugby socks.
Okay.
2004 Sonoma County Cab. A little bit of a lighter.
Of course, not all wine tasting in Sonoma conforms to the usual laid-back Californian stereotype.
Predominantly from one vineyard on the top to the mountain range behind you. So this is a Petit Verdot Malbec-based wine, finished off with a small percentage of Cabernet Sauvignon, Cab Franc, and Merlot.
That's a mouthful.
I'm sticking rigidly to the no drinking and driving policy, so it's all about spitting rather than swallowing. I'm glad about that, because at the next place, you'd need to be in the whole of your health. I don't believe it. I've drunk wine in the strangest places, but never with Popey playing Pac-Man, gobbling away the little white dots instead of gobbling beautiful wine served by the lovely Naomi. Welcome, Naomi.
Welcome to Rochambeau Winery.
Thanks very much.
And we're going to play Rochambeau.
I think that's a good thing to do to start.
Rochambeau is what?
Rochambeau is rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
And it's a game I always played as a kid, so it's one of the names that I decided to name the winery. Okay, he gets to take the test.
Scissors, cut paper.
Now tell us a bit about this wine. What should I be tasting this?
I like to think of it as if you were licking limestone. You know when you smell concrete when it's a wet day? It's
I'm
that
licking limestone,
smell.
I'm smelling concrete.
It's
Unbelievable.
everything that's out there in day-to-day world can be tasted in wine.
Peaches with a hint of tarmac at them. One of the great pleasures of this kind of trip is stopping off in small towns like Guerneville and getting to know the natives. We've got a casting couch in the back. I was deeply disappointed to discover that the ladies were dressed up not for me, but for Halloween.
They have that without a bun.
It is? It's a burger. It's not a bun, but that's fine. Most people's image of California is shaped by Hollywood, but... And what we've seen here by going to places like Guerneville is Middle America. It is an America of, where people still have very ordinary daily lives. And the whole thing about this is letting the car take you where you want to go and just driving.
But it's not all Beaujolais and burgers. Armstrong Redwood State Park is home to the oldest natives in the region, and George had his own unique way of charting the age of these magnificent trees.
1,000 years. That's a 1,000-year-old tree. So look, you have there, Colonel Saunders discovers chicken wings. Colonel Parker discovers Elvis. Colonel Armstrong discovers the moon. So you got the whole thing. Unbelievable, Popey. Do you know how tall this tree is? The length of a rugby pitch.
At 1,400 years old, George, older than you. Since George was doing all the driving and not able to have a drink, the producers had arranged a special surprise for him.
I can't believe this.
Who thinks of these things?
Oh, here we are in Osmosis, the only type of spa, health spa of its kind in the States, and it is fantastic.
Submerged as we are under wood shavings from cedar and fir trees mixed with enzymes, and it is the mixture that creates the heat, reaching 140 degrees in due course.
And we're naked under the sawdust. The dreaded California mist had made another appearance, but that didn't deter us from visiting one last winery. Iron Horse is renowned for its sparkling wine, and we got a quick lesson on how they get the bubbles into their famous bottle.
We take a base wine, lower alcohol than you would normally have, add some yeast and some sugar, and you get a second fermentation. Bump up the alcohol, and then the other trick is CO2, hence bubbles.
Well, we've had a really wonderful couple of days in Sonoma County. We've met some really interesting people, tasted some great wines, and experienced the real Californian way of life. And we've had some great crack along the way.
And it's also done wonders for the length of my spit. It was a 32-foot spit, which is a new Californian record.
Aer Lingus offer direct flights to San Francisco starting from €295 each way, including taxes and charges. More details can be found on their website. The Hilton Sonoma Wine Country offers rooms from €250 per night. Their website has more information. For details on the region, have a look at the website of the Sonoma County Tourism Bureau. Hertz offer a Ford Mustang convertible from €227 per week.